Hi folks, what's up it? So I got another slab here. I'm going to grind these edges. This gives you a little better bite, you know. And this is a Flint River. Let's see. Well, I didn't get as prepared this time. Last one I was all prepared. I had everything sharpened up, and I didn't do that. So, all right, let's get into this thing. Well, maybe I am. Well, I can't get a flake to come off the dang thing. I think this is heat treated, but yeah, it appears to be. I wonder how thick this slab is. Let's see. I think it's a 1/4 inch slab. That's what it is, 1/4 inch. I do like 1/4 inch for smaller points. Doing it this way so that you don't end up with an almond in the end. I like almonds, it's not in my knapping. Those dudes ran up in there over an inch, probably about at least an inch. Well, that's nice. Okay, now I gotta try and get back on this side and see if I can get a flake to come off. Grind it a little bit more. Let's see if I can get a bite on the edge. I don't know why I'm slipping off up there so bad. Got it from the other side. So I started saying in the last video, I still haven't released the one where I was gonna nap the Clovis, and I was so exhausted I didn't do a very good job. I don't know if I'm gonna release it. All right. Just knock a couple of these deltas off. I'll thin out that edge and make it a little bit easier to zigzag it off maybe. I'd zigzag this off with indirect, but you know, throw flakes clear across this room. There'll probably be some stuck in the wall. I was looking around the shop the other day, and it's got that 1-inch foam board insulation lining the walls, and there was, and the ceiling. So the ceiling's got R19 in it, and it's got that foam board over it, and then the walls just have the foam board. And there's flakes stuck all over in that stuff from indirect percussion. Oh no, I just broke it. Doggone it. Okay, well, that's going to change my plans on what I was going to make then. I should have sharpened my bit. Took too big a bite and flung it off there. So what are we going to make? I just made a Kyokia. I was going to make a different style Kyokia, but I don't have enough length now, I don't believe. I was already pushing it. Or not a Kyokia. I was going to make a spiral mount point. But I'm not sure I can do that now. I doubt it. Or maybe I could make a smaller version of it. I don't know. We'll see. I need to make some hunting points anyways. For told you I was going to make some hunting points for and halved them and all that stuff on video. I'm going to go shoot some stuff, or attempt to shoot some stuff this fall. Okay. Sharpen this dude up. I'm not worried about this. I'm getting this point, the tip pointy until I get some convexity built and get it thinned out some, and all that good stuff. This is naturally going to get narrower and more to a point. Let me see here. Yeah, we're gonna be short. We still have the width, but we don't have the length. It's already a little short. Yeah, by the time I run a pass up this bottom, we're really going to be too short, I think. But we are still long enough for hunting point. Plenty long enough for that. This is the most slab napping I've done in a long time. My nephew was with me at a nap and he was asking, told him to give him a slab to nap. It was a pretty thick slab and obsidian, and wanted to know how do I go about this? I said, well, you know what, I always grind them and do a flake over grind, so I didn't have a real great answer for him. Now I do. Honestly, I think it takes me just as much time to do one of these as it does to percussion nap one. I mean, there's things you don't have to deal with when you're doing this, but tip's got a little bit of a crunchy spot. Come on. I'm gonna have to add an extra light to this setup. Something that'll hang up here to put more light on this. I have another preform over there that'll work better for this spiral mount point, probably. So we'll save it for another time. Okay. Yeah, we're way too small. Because this is the point I was going to make a tribute point, and I thought I had enough length. I still have enough width, but I lost my length. Look how thin that is. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's an actual point out of the mountains. I mean, that is paper thin. And it's well napped. I mean, look at the flaking on that. And it's just literally paper thin. I mean, it's like thumbnail thickness at most. But yeah, we had the width and we had the length until I broke it off, but I'd like to be at least as long as this one, so we'll do this another day. We'll make a Kyokia style again, I guess, something to that effect. need to change out my nail out of here. Probably gonna make a total of 6 arrows, something like that. I'm not very good with a matabo. I'd make some. I was watching Stone Hook's video and he was making point adapters out of steel blunts, I guess what they were. Actually, they may have been fill points. May have just been fill points. But he's more talented than I am. But my son runs one of those all the time, so he could probably do it. I'm sure he could. He's good at all that kind of stuff. It really don't need to be much more than that right there, I guess. One pencil. Draw some lines on there. Hopefully get it notched without too many troubles. I am thinking that I should extend this out. Hold on a minute. My friend Alan makes these. When you first put them in there, they're a bit too long. There's no adjustment to it, so they set in there. He's got it fixed inside this head so that it takes a narrow-headed nail and it slides in there and anyways, takes the narrow-headed ones, but there's no length adjustment. And the first part of this nail is really weak. Because they're designed to bend. Let's see here. Okay. I hope I didn't stall that out already. I barely even got into the dang thing. I might be the world's worst notcher. Look at that. Doggone it. But once that happens, then they're weak. That stuff is a little bit difficult to notch. It's not that it's too thick, it just I'm being ornery. Open up my notch a little bit. Bending that nail everywhere. That thing will probably break off here in a minute. Yeah, I just bent it and just yeah, I got my notch way over to the doggone the side now. It just kept climbing over. Frustrating. That's all right. That's actually good enough to haft it. I just only way I'm gonna get these deeper is to widen them just a hair. It's just kind of tough. This might have been raw. That's definitely a possibility. It's not very shiny. This stuff gets pretty glossy when you heat treat it. So I don't see a way in on this one actually. Spark. I would like that to be just a little bit deeper. See if I can get a flake to pop out of that. Most of that popped out there, but I didn't get all of it. It's deep enough though, I think. Yeah, so here's a testament to this napping community. So I mentioned on a video I wanted to get with a fog napper and spend a day or two with them and learn some stuff. I just never pursued fog like that, so but I would like to do it. It's a beautiful form of this thing we do. And I would like to do that. And Robert, I was talking to Robert last night, and so we're gonna get together and I'm gonna show him what little I know about percussion, and he's gonna show me what he knows about fog. So I'm excited about that because Robert is a natural. He hasn't been napping all that long, but I think he's one of the better fog nappers out there right now. It seems like. I mean, his stuff is pretty phenomenal. Doggone it, I broke that tip off. Didn't need to do much. I just need to broke it off again. It might be a ½ inch long by the time I'm done here. I'll keep breaking that tip off, so that's making our tip fat. Yeah, there's some, you can see it in there, there's some crunchy stuff in there. It's always something like that, ain't it? And you, right there at the finish line, you do something you gotta fix. Yeah, it broke off again. That white stuff is just gonna probably just keep breaking off there. This Flint River swirl it's fairly common to have those white pockets in it like that and have a few issues. Not always, but that white stuff that's in there is actually limestone. That's kind of intermixes in the stone. Yeah, it just keeps kind of breaking away there. Well, my wife's got some pretty rocks coming out of the tumbler and in the tumbler too. She's got that down to, she's getting it down to an art. Making all kinds of pretties with the grandkids. I would really like to get I like to have a 5-gallon bucket of the broken pieces from Pearl Yoder's coral for her to tumble. If I'm ever out that way, I'd like to stop by the Million Souls mine and see if I could acquire a bucket of it or a box or something. Because it sure is pretty when it tumbles. Threw it away. So it's turned. It ain't bad, but it's tips over a little bit. You want them as straight as possible. And there went the tip again. I may have to get out the diamond file and finish the tip on that thing. If it's gonna keep giving up on me. Alright, it's got a needly tip on it now. It's a little thicker than I'd want it. I mean, it's not real thick. It's pretty thin, really, but I wish it would have been a little thinner and a little longer. So it's kind of a stubby one. I'd imagine it still work pretty well, though. But a little stubby. It's plenty wide enough, though. I think we have to be 7/8 of an inch in Oklahoma, and it's an inch and it's actually over an inch and an eighth, the widest part. So, hydrate the stone up a little bit. Didn't really help show off the flake scars, a little butter and stuff, you know. So there's another hunting point ready to go. This would probably be a good candidate for a crossbow bolt because it does widen out so fast. I don't know how that would. It'd probably be alright, especially have a 50-pound recurve, but I don't know, it's kind of widens out pretty quick. steel, that wouldn't be a problem. I just don't know for sure if that would be a problem with this or not. But I appreciate y'all watching. We'll catch you on the next one. And I think the next one we're going to do is we're going to try and do this Clovis, but and see what happens there. But we'll see. I think I'm probably going to take the rest of the night off. Maybe I'll have time to try that Clovis out in the morning. When I get back, I've got a ton of orders that came in the last couple days. I'll get all those out. If you guys are watching, you got orders that came in the last couple days. I'm out of town, and I will be back, and we'll do that. So let me get these other points I can show. Okay, that was weird. That went away, but here's the Kyokia style little Novaculite point we made earlier. This is the one we just made. And then this is the one that started out was going to be a Clovis, and it just turned into something pointy. It really isn't anything. It's just something pointy. I like it, but I want to show you guys why this would not flute on this side. I was just so exhausted, I just wasn't paying attention. But if you look at this side, hopefully you can see that this side has got a lot of it's really got a lot of convexity to it. And when I ran this, it ran probably 1 3/4 inches or something like that. And the flute did. It ran a nice flute. But when I got to this side, I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but this side is flat as a pancake. And so you're trying to push that whole thing, and just kind of kept, you know, not doing anything. You got to have some dome to it, and I know that. But I just flat out tired and not paying attention. But we still got this pointy thing right here. Strap that on a spear and go kill a mastodon or something. But that would be devastating to have that ran through you. I mean, absolutely devastating. But anyways, that's the ones that we've made so far. I thought I was going to be doing more napping than I have been, but just we've had other priorities. So I appreciate y'all watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Keep napping.